Hello everyone, my name is Diksha Gupta. Today I am going to express my views on a very well-known topic of international taxation, that is permanent establishment. Most commonly it is called as PE. In this video, I'll cover only the basics of PE with the major coverage of types of PE and how to identify whether a foreign establishment has its PE in India or not. The reason behind this whole exercise of finding out whether a foreign enterprise has its PE in India or not is very simple, that in any country, if we want to charge taxation on business profits of a foreign enterprise, then that foreign enterprise should have a permanent establishment in India. This is written in Article 7 of OECD, which is a base model for all other tax treaties. So to charge taxation on business profits, we first need to find out whether a foreign company has its PE in India or not. Then only we will be able to charge taxation on business profits of that enterprise. Charging on taxation on business profits of foreign enterprise also involves a very vast topic, or you can say a concept of attribution of profits to PE. This attribution of profits can be done only after identifying the existence of PE of foreign enterprise in India. So the first step is to identify whether a foreign enterprise has its PE in India or not. We will cover this first step in our presentation. With this background of PE, you will be more able to understand what steps do we need to take practically in order to charge taxation on business profits that are attributable to PE. So let's move on to our upcoming slides, where we will cover what are the types of PE and how to identify whether a particular business transaction of foreign enterprise establishes the PE in India or not. Now move on to the introduction part of permanent establishment. The word permanent establishment is very well defined in a landmark judgment of CIT versus Visakhapatnam Port Trust, as it is given that the words permanent establishment postulates the existence of a substantial element of an enduring or permanent nature of a foreign enterprise into another, which can be attributed to a fixed place of business in that country. It should be of such a nature that it would amount to a virtual projection of the foreign enterprise of one country onto the soil of another country. So, according to the concept of PE, the profits of an enterprise of one contracting state are taxable in other state only if the enterprise maintains a PE in the latter state, and only to the extent that profits are attributable to the PE. So let us understand this by an example. For example, if a US company has its PE in India, then the profits of that US company which are attributable to such PE is taxable in India, and not the whole profits which this US company will earn outside India. As a tax professional, what is our role in this identification process of PE of foreign enterprise is that we help foreign companies to mitigate their risk of making a PE in India in circumstances where this risk cannot be mitigated. We will find out how much profits are attributable to such PE of foreign enterprise. So attribution of profits to PE is the next step, as I have mentioned earlier also. This involves a lot of analysis, and in this video we will not be covering the attribution of profits to PE, and we will cover only the basic concepts of PE so that a fresher like me can easily interpret the basics of PE. Further, if this is a new concept for anyone, then they can refer this video as a base to start reading on this topic, and they will read some popular judgments also. Like one popular judgment is the eFund IT solution, and another one is Formula 1 World Championships and Morgan Stanley case law. These three case laws are very important to understand the concept of PE, and the practical implications of this concept to any business transaction undertaken by the foreign enterprises and the risk of becoming a PE of foreign enterprises through that particular business transaction. So if anyone wants to understand well the concept of PE, then they should go through all the judgments very thoroughly so that they can be able to relate to it. Now in this slide, we will talk about the significance of permanent establishment. You must be wondering why the concept of establishing the PE of foreign enterprise holds so much importance. This is because the taxing jurisdiction of India can allocate the taxation on the business profits of a foreign enterprise only when the foreign enterprise has its PE in India. So to charge the profits of the foreign enterprise, there needs to be a permanent establishment of such foreign enterprise in India. Second main issue is the taxation of employees of foreign enterprise on the basis of identification of PE. Third issue is the existence of PE also enables source state to tax dividends, interest, and royalties that are effectively connected or attributable to such PE. Now, the types of permanent establishment. There are 4 types of permanent establishment, most commonly known as fixed place permanent establishment, agency permanent establishment, that is agency PE, installation PE, and service PE. To understand each and every type of PE, you must have to learn how to practically check the conditions that is written in the bare text of OECD or the respective treaty. We will cover here the articles of OECD for reference, as OECD, that stands for Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, is the base model for all other treaties prevalent in India. You will find out that most of the treaties have the same conditions as mentioned in the OECD. The permanent establishment in OECD is defined in Article 5. So let's start understanding the types of PE one by one, and we will try to relate it to the practical situation so that we can understand it in a better way.